Hey guys, Jack Wins here, playing Ark Survival Evolved tonight. For those of you lucky enough to be watching on YouTube, you got 4K going on, which I think is pretty cool. I managed to figure out how to get the encoder to work both ways. Give me 1080p for Twitch because the bitrate is just insufficient, and record at a good bitrate for 4K for YouTube. And we're playing with Sorcerer Von Croy tonight. Hi, Source. How you doing tonight?
Hello, doing.
Doing. It's an answer.
Yeah, doing well. You might not have heard the well part. Something they've glitched on that for some reason.
Yeah, I didn't hear the well part. I just heard doing. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
because I know when I listen to my Discord, when I say listen to see how beautiful your lovely voice is, and it just sounds like sometimes. I'm like, what?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't
Oh,
know how to fix that because that's all their default settings, and I don't want to screw things up.
I can turn the bit rate down on the channel, I think, if we need to. Let me see. Let me edit the channel. See if yeah, I can turn this quality down to say 65 kilobits instead of 96. That
Yeah,
should help.
96 should be doable though.
Should be, but I
Because with
just
the bandwidth that you have and I have and
yeah.
whatnot, which is not cheap,
No, it's not cheap.
because mine went up the full price after my introductory finally.
Oh
But
no.
it's still cheaper though, way cheaper than it would be if I was on my cable company for the quality that they would have, which is much less. Because that would be a gig download and like 25 Mbps up. And I'm
Oh
like,
yeah.
no, I'm not going to pay that much money for that particular service. That's like a slap to the face and insult kind of
Yep.
thing. Uh,
Yep. So you're in a way you're paying less per bit right now than you would if you switched over to cable.
if I stuck with cable and I switched up to their higher thing, because when I was like switching and I was calling to turn them off, I was like, well, I'm already obligated to the other company, so bye.
Right.
Just because I wanted to have that, I have the ultimate excuse in the fact that I already started with the other company at that time when I went and called to have them turned off. Because if things did go awry, if it didn't work out, I was like, I want the option of being able to plug into the other modem if this one is going to like completely crap out and not be a good experience for my friends and family and viewers and
Right.
so on. I wanted the option to be open. And that's when I called the cable company and said, bye bye.
Barn feels more organized since the add-on. What'd you do with the cabinets?
Oh, the cabinets, they just pretty much,
Went away.
those you have to break in order to remove. Unfortunately, they don't let you place them anywhere, which does suck indeed. But they had to get removed so that we could have a way to access that little corner.
Yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't make it full width because the terrain got in the way.
Yeah, I noticed that. I even checked and tested myself, and I was like, well, you can do one space, but you can't do both. And it's like, well, to make it more uniform, the best way to do it is exactly like you did it. So, my opinion is you did as best as you could with what we have available.
Right.
So, you did well, extremely well, on making the extension.
Thank you. Um, I've been putting uh, snow owl pellets in your locker because you're the farmer, man. I think you know what's going on in the farm better than I do. So
Yep, I haven't. Didn't even look in my.
You only got one, but
Yeah,
I
but
had been doing it in
yeah,
the
I would
past.
probably be the one that would probably plop that down in one of the plots in the barn. So that works out anyway by it being there.
Hmm.
So I can just take that over to the barn. When it needs a piece of fertilizer, I can plop that in there.
Right.
Because it's got like double the power, kind of like turbo powered fertilizer.
Let's see about.
Turbo grow. But definitely awesome having 4K on your YouTube.
Yeah, man, it makes the files a lot bigger. So
Oh
upload
yeah, I
takes
believe that.
quite a bit longer, but it's it's nice to actually be able to share what I'm the video that I'm actually seeing myself with the community.
Very true. Because I'm sure there are a lot of folks that are like, "Oh well, we'll never see the presenter's view of it because they've already all got the pro equipment on their end, and they get to see all the bells and whistles and the eye candy." And the
Right.
rest of it, well, we kind of see what we see, and it's also dependent kind of on our tech on our end. But if there is the availability of even being able to have a certain level of enhancement, then it definitely improves things. It's kind of like audio monitors, for example. Those will always be kind of one-sided. If you've got the pro setup, you've got the pro setup.
Right.
But well, if you don't, you're sitting there with like a speaker phone. And well, we all know that speaker phones and certain televisions just sound like crap.
Right.
That's just the way the tech is, and it's not the fact that the audio is really super bad because you can have very high quality audio on a smartphone. It's just the speaker size is what it is.
Yeah, it's physics.
Yeah. And the smaller it is, the crappier it's going to sound, or
Yeah.
tinny or whatnot. But if you've got one of those THX surround sound kind of things where you've got like ultimate power available,
Yeah.
or it's like the audience is now deaf moments from The Simpsons. Because I remember when The Simpsons went to the theater and whatnot back when that used to be a thing. And they all sat down to enjoy the film, and the THX presentation for the film came on, and at the end, I loved it. The audience is now deaf.
Yep. Lol.
As that actually, the THX sound system has the absolute requirement that it's fully capable of rendering 120 decibels of sound.
Oh no, that's dangerously
It's
loud.
very dangerous, but it is capable of doing so if and when it needs to. So if you're watching one of those films where you're like, space shuttle back in the day, launch for the space shuttle, if you never experienced it in person,
Hmm.
the best way to get close enough to that is to experience it in an IMAX THX theater setup. And voila, there you go. You're blind and deaf at the same time. But it was full quality. You wanted full surround. You wanted to be immersed in a large theater with a bowed screen.
Hmm.
Now you can do it in the comfort of your own office. But back in the day, you'd have to go to an IMAX theater in order to get that full on glory to
Right.
effect. But now you can do it in your own office, your own living room, sort of thing, with modern systems. which is totally awesome. The technology has gone from being where you would have to have a tower speaker that's like 3 to 6 feet tall to having a little cube that you can hold in your hand and it'll have as much bass power as a 3 foot tower speaker.
That's
And it's like,
impressive.
how
Yeah.
the hell do they manage that?
Right.
Amazing technology, because I have this little Bose Mini thing that's largely designed for like Bluetoothing it to connect up to a cell phone or something to have
Right.
great quality. Well, you hook that little thing up to the cell phone, and it's almost like you've got a mini amplified stereo happening. Like literally, with full bass, full range sound. And I
Nice.
actually full range sound. You can tell the bass difference in comparison to a speaker that size from ancient days. It would actually be bigger. That little thing's got more oomph to it than a pair of M3 studio monitor speakers that I used to have.
Oh yeah.
And they were pretty powerful little studio monitors that I had because they were full range but mini, but they were like 5 inch
Uh
woofer,
oh. You.
1 inch tweeter.
Uh oh. I
Oh,
hit. Oh my God.
oh, well, we've got all of my parasaurs. Yeah, it looks like we've got
We've
a
got a
mass
situation.
riot.
Bill. Bill, come
Well,
down.
looks like one of the entire other, wow, two of the,
Come on,
well,
Bill.
these guys look like they wanted to join in. So the entire barn has been affected. Okay.
Oh, oh man, all the birds and everything. Oh crap.
Well, we got to level up for something either. Yeah, everything upstairs, the flyers and stuff are probably all outside.
I hit minus sign by accident. I don't know what that does, but it does something.
Yeah.
I tried to cancel it.
Oh, and Sergeant Slaughter's stuck in the corner behind a tank, trying to run. In other words, this trike is in its way.
Bill, what are you doing? I thought I just fixed you.
The downside to Ark and the whistle command structure.
Yeah.
Follow. Oh, it set everything to aggressive, and they went after whatever happened to be nearby.
Oh, they're all set to aggressive?
Yep.
Is there a key to set them all to passive?
I think there is a whistle to set them all passive. I do not know specifically what it is. I have to look at it.
Well, at least they're staying within the confines of the leash.
Structures or yeah, within the leash. That too. That too.
Let's see. Escape options. Key bindings. Whistle all passive. Semicolon. Okay. Come on. Let me resume. Semicolon. Okay, let's see if Bill stays put this time.
And some of them may or may not be outside the range, so you may have to physically check the wheel.
Yeah.
Hey, this one went back to passive, so some of them will, some of them won't, because that one was definitely nearby where you probably are when it comes to. Oh, I was on board, Jasper.
Where does this one go? Where does Sable belong?
Sable. Is that one of the list restorers?
No, that's one of the Argentinas.
Sable should be on the uppermost floor.
Okay, that's where I put her.
Because we had the snow owls and the Argentibuses up here. Okay, we've got Sable, we've got Cedric. Cedric, give or take, plus or minus out there. Well, if we needed some excitement for the day,
We got it.
we certainly got the excitement for the day. Okay, we follow it. Behavior properly set there.
Even Paris the Listosaur got involved.
Yep, even our little Listosaurs will dive in on that when the aggressive call is made. It's almost like mega loyal battle warriors. They'll just jump right to it. They won't care what danger they're flying into. This guy, yeah, our...
Quark is outside. I got Quark.
okay. We have egg. I repeat, we have egg.
Yes, we have egg. Luke is outside as well.
Arthur's like got Arthur's head stuck through that. It's so weird. Seeing an Argentavis look at you loving through a solid stone floor. Matthew. Oh, yep, we got Quark. Oh, another egg. Oh, hey, poop. That'll. Oof. Well, oof. All for the sake of poop. Because the poop will help with taking care of the dung beetle's needs. And I figure if I happen to see it, I should grab it. Okay, then... oh, we've got Nate's snow owl nicely perched over here.
Jeff's out of whack. Pooposaurus.
Now you should see the barn. Everything's slammed itself into the far end that we were just talking about. It's like everything in the barn just backed up, ran straight down the hall. And, oh, crap. They're all kind of like stuck in that corner until I get back in there. Start clearing them out. Okay, now we're missing one of the two Argentavises. We're missing Ryan somewhere.
Ryan's on the original flight deck, I think.
I didn't see Ryan.
The flight deck above the barn.
Flight deck above the barn. Flight deck above.
Next to the storeroom.
Okay, there we go. So Arthur in there. I wish Argentavises could back up like snow owls too. It's like because of the tech of the game, kind of like is capable of adding new tech to how the dinos respond and react.
Mm-hmm.
Since the Argentavis was one of the first bird types, they can't back up at all. But since the snow owl is one of the newer avian types, they're able to walk backwards and stuff like that. So.
Right.
Differences in tech over the amount of time that the game has been out.
We seem to be missing a griffin. There's 3 of them.
The other griffin that was up there, I took with me over to my solo map.
Oh, okay, okay.
And then we also accidentally lost Spirit. If you remember, we lost Spirit.
I did remember Spirit got
Other day.
Yeah.
And then we had Peter, and I took Peter over to my solo session.
Okay. That makes
We got,
sense.
Buckbeak. Yeah, like these guys can also walk backwards, but they're also cat-like, so cats technically can walk backwards too. So, but
Cobalt's
being
in the
within
water.
that
Oh,
avian group.
oh,
Oh,
both of
and
the
he's in the water. But
Spellbound and Yukahara are out.
yeah, because they can bounce Yukahiro.
Okay, is that how you say it?
At least I think that's how it's pronounced. I'm trying to pronounce it correctly, but
Right.
since I'm not a Japanese citizen, I may be slightly off on the exactitude of appropriate terminology for the name. But I have enough respect to keep trying. Hopefully one of these days a Japanese viewer will be like, "You've got it correctly, good son."
Yes.
And then I'll be happy at that point.
It's a good thing we got the leash, though.
Yeah. Because Manamagars, they are
they would be gone.
Harder type to keep reins on, especially once they get outside the range, because their bounce capability, their ability to just like literally teleport, in a matter of seconds, that boost speed, kind of like, boom, and they're far enough away from you, you've no longer got control over their command capability.
I'll help you with the barn as well, and then I think I want to take. Oh my!
Yeah, they're like all over the place down there, and got to get these guys rearranged. Behavior, following. Some of those guys, two of these guys. And we got Mustrops here. Okay, and this is Zeb, Mr. Grimes. Zeb, Mr. Grimes, Mr. Ed. I think that one we had the monkey.
Okay, I really didn't know. I'm just trying to help. Roughly in the right place.
We do have so many tames that it is confusing to recall exactly which one was where.
Right.
Especially for the Lystrosaurs, I'm like, oh, good God, figuring out exactly the mathematics that I did for spacing and placing of those little guys.
Uh, kangaroo. I need to. My character needs food. I'll be right back. To
Oh,
help.
understandable. Gotta make sure your character doesn't die because of that.
Yep.
Character or kangaroo we had right here in that stall where we put the one horse. So I moved the horse to where the horse was, and then I had my monkey type there. Well, at least the cats are exactly where the cats were. Oof, I just got myself stuck between these two. The world famous Ark button commands that cause whistleitis.
Whistleitis, yeah. That's a good word for it.
Okay, we've got that wolf there, This Lystrosaur exactly in a good spot. Okay, what creature is that right there? It looks like something stuck right there in the corner. I can't tell exactly what that is. Is that a raptor type?
In the corner? Oh, that's your Pooposaurus.
The Pooposaurus.
The naturally Pooposaurus.
Yeah, the natural pooper.
Mm-hmm.
He's stuck through the wall. About the easiest room to deal with is this one because this one has the door.
Right.
Because these guys can all somewhat fit through that. Whereas like all the rest of the teams in the building are just a slight notch too big. Unlike these guys over here, we could put a door on these guys, but they didn't move very far. Okay, we got Lystrosaur there. Then I think the furthest end we have Lystrosaur that...
Now it's every third or every other stall that we have a Listosaur.
Yeah, because I know we had one there. We had one down here. And that's only because this one didn't fully cover these guys totally. And then I think, let's see, we've got how many are still needing placing. We got one, and I think you were moving one.
I just placed one, yep.
Okay, you placed that one down here.
And there's one over here. Is that the right spacing, or is...
1, 2, that seems about right. So probably somewhere here, like maybe where these two horses are here. Might be a good spot. And then we'll just have to turn them all on and see if everything gets covered.
Right.
And if everything gets covered, then we'll know that we've got the right distance on them. Okay, we've got enough there. And we've got that one. Then head to this one. And as long as we have enough distance between them all for everything to somewhat get cut by the distance, seems like this guy's just a notch out too far from that one, oddly. So that's simple enough to just try and move over a slight notch. And there we go. Looks like everything in the barn has connected radius to where the Lystrosaurs are. So
Yep.
I think we've got proper interconnected Lystrosaurusness.
Yep. We have optimized the Listosaur.
Yeah, we've optimized Lystrosaur positioning once again.
Mm-hmm.
And then these two, I guess, are okay right where they're at. So we'll just let them happily stand there. So the discombobulation has been rebubulated. And I'm gonna tube here. And not sure what the slight other stuff was.
Oh yeah, I didn't feed the dung eater, the dung beetle. So
yeah, I
dung beetle
usually
might be
feed
hungry.
the dung feed my English button just grew. Ooh,
Oh yes, the English.
Yeah, I was going to feed the dung beetle right when everything went woo out the window.
Yeah.
And we're all over the place.
Oh yes. Okay, I'm gonna. I haven't seen my full-grown fire dragon yet, so wyvern.
Oh wow, yeah, go take a look at that creature. Indeed, that's probably one hell of a spectacle. Your fire wyvern's probably lit.
He's only got one level up. Huh.
Only one level up?
Well, we
After all
haven't
this?
been on. We haven't been on
Oh,
much,
yeah, true.
so. But that is surprising. Only one.
Yeah, because I would have thought there would have been many more level ups, especially with a creature of that power.
Oh, he's got 55. Never mind.
Oh, damn!
I
That's
don't know
like
where to put it though.
that's insane.
Yeah, stamina.
I would say stamina, HP if it's necessary, a little bit of carry rate, and melee.
Melee's already pretty good. Melee's at 238%.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. I usually try to make sure mine's 300 plus when it comes to melee.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with mine in comparison to everyone else's. Whoa, a fire burst. Whereas mine will have like 300 plus on the melee. Everyone else's will have like 7k HP. I'm like, where do they get that much? And I'm using the same amount of points practically. It's like, holy cow. And then I realized that it's not just necessarily the fact that it was all used from points, because some already have that quote unquote how did I put that?
They start with higher stats.
Yeah. But how they refer to like the area of space where Earth is that certain rank.
Orbit,
Not that, but
sphere of influence. I don't know.
I was mentioning it a lot before I ended up having my quick unintended hiatus. Rose Ring, not Rose Ring. For some reason, but it's essentially within the perfect range of things.
Oh, Goldilocks.
Yeah, the Goldilocks
zone.
No, the Goldilocks zone, where everything is just
around
like
the sun.
spot on for everything to be primed for life. Essentially, the Goldilocks zone. And
there's some thought that that's not as realistic of an ideal as previously thought.
Yeah, because given species, things could live out further.
Depends
just
on their,
because, you know, kind of like on Earth, how the Goldilocks zone for Earth would definitely, in my opinion, be classified as like the tropical region, because just about anything or everything is like capable of living there, unless it's like something that needs super cold.
Yeah.
But the temperate zone would probably be even more like into that. The zone between being too tropic and too frosty, which is kind of like where you live and I live. We live at kind of the extremes of each, so to speak. I'm like in the middle. somewhere. I think you're like at the upper extreme before it started becoming more Arctic. But it does get Arctic like here where I am, because we have had those times where it gets like super freaking cold.
Yeah.
Not like tomorrow's supposed to be in the 60s to almost 70 degrees tomorrow.
Oh, wow. Level 11 T-Rex dying to a Stegosaurus.
Oh, go Stegosaurus, go.
Little flamethrower might help.
Yeah, flamethrower definitely assists.
Unfortunately, I also caught the Stegosaurus on fire, and now he's mad at me.
Oops. Well, stuff happens.
Yep.
And then Stegosauruses die.
That's right.
That's also how the game's programming kind of works. It's like, you know, your flame got just a little too close to me, so now I'm pissed off. It just won't back down. That's the thing of it. If it won't back down, you've got no choice but to defend yourself.
That's right.
That's just the way of things.
Oh my, there's a alpha leechus in the bay.
Oh, wow.
One of the giant whales. It's an alpha class.
An alpha class, that would be dangerous in my opinion.
Yeah. Oh, we probably have to put the T-Rexes back on aggressive. Because they're probably passive now after doing the semicolon thing.
Yep. Beautiful dragon there that you have.
Yeah, I like her. Her, I mean, I think it's a her. I like her. We needed we do need to mate one for Nate.
Behavior. Aggressive. Okay. Yeah, that way Nate can have one as well.
Yeah.
His Manamagar, where's his Manamagar? His Manamagar was parked down here. Okay, good. As long as we know where his Manamagar is.
Yeah, his Manamagar moved a little bit, but still pretty close to where it was.
Yeah, which is definitely good. But his Manamagar turned out to have some impressive stats. So very impressive stats.
Oh, I want to set.
Look at the AP and stuff.
I need to set my dragon to passive.
This is like 8k HP, stamina at 3k. Carry weight's a bit low. Melee is also somewhat decent. Even beats Yukihiro's melee.
Oh yeah.
But wow, extremely impressive stats on his Manamagar there. Yeah, so people can walk across the or up the steps there. Gotta kind of.
Yeah, I moved him out because the tail was in the toiletry room before. That's about perfect where you had him.
About here?
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like a good zone. I'll back up just a notch. That should hopefully be enough when you come like this way to go over here. That way it can walk
Wyvern,
up.
No, not Wyvern, but Manamagars are live birth, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
I was thinking for a second that the Wyvern were as well, but no, they're eggs. So we can safely breed our pair.
A Wyvern, we'd be able to safely create that until he wants to go through the process of things.
Mm-hmm. Here, I'll put my female out here. I think she's female, anyways.
Okay, let's see. I think Yukihiro ended up being parked over here.
Who's a good brazier? You are, yes. Who's a good flamethrower? Brazier is.
But I'd say, given the overall quality of Yukihiro's in the Goldilocks zone for start stats. The stats on what I called Falcor that I took from here over to my solo session, the stats on that guy are godlike.
Oh, yeah.
That's something you don't want to mess with. He's got like near 600. Was either 400 or 600 melee power. I know one of my creatures over there ended up with extreme melee attack. I'll have to check later.
My wyvern has meat on him, and
you forgot to bring the meat.
Yeah, I forgot to bring the meat in, and also if you want to get your fire wyvern out, my brazier needs a stud.
Ah, okay. Can do that. Oops, real quick.
Oh, excuse me.
We keep meeting this one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. We've got Biba and Baby Cinnamarian and Cinema Crops level 101. Yeah, I think that was the group Cinema Crops female that was always up in the barn, or up in the flight deck. Okay, let's see. Sapphire, Psycho, Blaze, Jessica.
I think it's Ash.
Yep, I just need to find where the name is in the list.
Brazier, meet Ash. Ash, meet Brazier. Okay, now copulate.
Begin the deed. Oh, health. Ooh, nice. 1,800, 320, yes. One very nicely rounded Ash. Indeed, Dave.
Yeah, how many level ups does Ash have?
Ash had 4.
4? Oh.
I already put him in on, put 2 on HP and 2 on melee. Definitely probably should put a little bit more into stamina at some point. Hopefully that didn't interfere my accidentally mounted.
No, that's all right.
Yeah, because I know it would be the female that would probably be affected from the most.
She's at almost. She's already at 20%. A third.
Yeah, going decent. Pretty nice stats there, I think. They're like, "Why are you watching us? We're having fun." And we're like, "Having fun." I kind of like how the color scheme where the two of our dinos here kind of like perfectly opposite.
Yeah, I wonder what we're gonna get in as a resulting colors.
Yeah, we'll have to wait until Nate decides that he wants to raise.
Incubate and hatch. Yeah. Oh, that's a big egg. Okay. Behavior disable mating. Refrigerator, here we come. We got a level. What level egg is this? It weighs 50. Holy cow. Doesn't say what level it is, but it's Brazier at 125 and Ash at 184. So
Should definitely be a decently high level.
yeah.
I don't think he would complain whatsoever with the result that happens.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll be extremely pleased.
Come on, Brazier. Let's go kill some more stuff. Kill it with fire.
Flame kissed for your enjoyment. I know. Okay, that's Giga Fire.
There's the perfect target, an itchy.
You know, it's amazing. Dental poop is so large it sounds like a body being flown out the back of the trunk or something.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but yeah, I guess you're
I'm
right.
like thinking of those old like mafia type movies when they're like moving a body around and they flop it out the back end of a
Hmm.
trunk onto the dock to dump it into the river. This is like similar sound to the poop drop in this game. It's just wow, that is so so hilariously entertaining. What movies do you like, Vaughn?
I like poop drops.
Definitely those 20s and 30s lobster films.
Mm.
Yeah, no, Charlie, they're gonna put you on ice if you don't stop doing that. I'm gonna put you on ice if you don't shut up. that sort of thing. They're walking around with Tommy guns out in plain sight, cops driving by and waving at them like, "Oh, hey, how you guys doing?" It's like, oh, wow.
Right.
Let's get up in here. Let's open up that. That still actually has enough room for them. Okay. But I can see how and why I would like that particular style thing because I'm also into the old radio show, which became an actual film of The Shadow.
Oh, the shadow, yes.
He was like 1920s, 1930s kind of superhero of the day in a way. Ah, that would explain that. So maybe these ones don't need that much. So I was wondering why it was like taking 3 to fill up these. There must have been a narcotics necessity. I want to make sure I don't overfill. Okay.
Yeah, I just made narcotics to get rid of some of the rotten meat. Wow, you can kill fish with your fire wyvern. With the fire, I mean. Which is,
With
yeah.
the fire
With the fire.
underwater?
Yep. It looks kind of cool, too. It goes all green and stuff. Hey, Dragonheart Wormkin is raiding with a party of 2. Thank you for the raid, Dragonheart. Welcome on in. Oh, Capagen, what's the matter with you? Okay, there it goes. How'd your stream go, Dragonheart? Hope you're not stuck in an ad. I don't know where I am. Where
Yeah,
am I?
depending, we might be in the pre-roll.
Yep. Let me give him a shout out. Hey, yeah, Dragon, you didn't punk me. I punked myself because I did the whole um, shout out clip, and apparently I'm pushing my with Ark and recording at 4K and streaming at 1080. I'm pushing my computer to the limit. So yeah. Hey
Anger.
Vaughn, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Yeah, I think I know what happened. I think that I'm pushing my system so far to the limit that that shout out clip retrieval from the internet was just too much.
Ah,
Because I'm recording at 4K and then also
streaming at 1080 and
yeah, yep, and then I'm playing a game and I just pushed it just a hair too far.
yep. So that's probably a feature that probably is something to think about changing to just the normal while doing that. So that might be
Yeah,
a plugin you might want to disable for the time being until
yeah, I
tech
think
gets that notch better.
yeah, I think the shout out clip is gonna go away for a little while. I have no idea what I got, what you guys saw before I had to it went all the crap.
Yeah, before everything went into the dustbin.
Yeah, shouting out. I don't know. I was seeing some stuttering, a little bit of stuttering in the game
Mm-hmm.
with the new settings, but I wasn't expecting it
Yeah, I
to.
think it's a cross speak sometimes too that happens between Windows 11 and Discord, or not Discord, but OBS, because I noticed when I immediately started using Windows 11 with OBS, I kind of eventually had to completely reinstall OBS and redo all my settings back to the way I had my settings in
Really?
order for mine to start cooperating. Otherwise, it was just constantly not cooperating. And I think it's because they changed something somewhere in Windows 11 that doesn't fully interconnect correctly, and there's no issue on OBS whatsoever. It's not OBS, I think. I think it's Windows 11 that's
Hmm.
also causing slight issue.
Could be. I just also updated my chipset drivers today, so it
Oh, yeah,
could be
that also
related.
could be something that may or may not affect, depending on which those were. You may or may not have to do
Go back to the
certain
old
setting
version or whatever.
adjustments
Yeah.
that you may have changed over to default again and whatnot. So yeah, kind of like audio drivers. Perfect example is sometimes when you reinstall audio drivers, even if you do kind of the type where you're just able to overwrite,
Hmm.
it'll sometimes even then still default, and you'll have to like just go in and look at your audio drivers for it to re-recognize the original settings that you had, and then it'll cooperate.
Oops. I'm sorry, Brazier. I didn't mean to hit you.
Accidents will happen with this game.
Yep.
Luckily, we've got friendly fire adjusted so that we don't injure our tames.
Right.
So we could stand there doing a pugilistic kind of bout with them, and they would not get hurt, luckily.
That's good. Yeah, definitely. Oh, that was stressful. And it happened right after a raid, which is the worst part.
Yeah, it's the worst possible timing for being able to enjoy the benefits of the raid.
Yep. Now I'm gonna have to freaking stitch two video 4K video clips together.
Oh, good lord.
Yep.
Oh, my. I do not envy the work ahead of you, sir.
Yeah, it's gonna take a little while and might end up being late to YouTube.
As a 4K video, for example, a 1080p video can be as large as, say, 10 to 15 gigs in size, maybe
I've
even
had
bigger.
30 gig
Like,
1080p video, so
yeah, because
yeah.
if it's like a 1080p
Oh my god,
video,
I left my cinema crops out in the wild. I need to go to the
go find where your cinema crops were.
well, I'm gonna use the teleporter to get Teeny Weeny back. That's the
Oh, that works. Yeah, definitely do that.
where's Teeny Weeny? Oh, welcome back, Teeny Weeny. What are you doing, Teeny Weeny? Come here. Thank you. Oh. I don't know
You're
why
definitely
how I heard
familiar with
him.
the
I mean, he
phrase.
never showed up in Discord to you.
Yeah, he finally did. I finally was able to hear him, and he says hello, and wanted you to know that he said hello to us both, essentially,
Okay.
before he had to head off.
Yeah, I know what happened was the video clip had audio of him talking, and that's why I heard him, but I couldn't see the video clip happening, so because it OBS locked up. The game went to 1 frame a second, and I even had Task Manager stop responding.
Oh, yeah, kind of like just blows through the system. It's
Yeah.
definitely something interconnected between OBS and Windows, but I think it's more on the side of Windows. Unless you have actually already beforehand at times redone your entire OBS.
Well, it seems to be better now. I changed from variable bitrate. I was trying to save a few bits.
Yeah, the variable bitrate to
To
keep things
constant,
adjusted.
yeah.
Yeah. I
So,
even noticed that with the new feature that Twitch offered of having the variable bitrate, and it just caused things to be more unstable than stable by doing
right.
that. So I prefer to just try and keep myself stuck within the guide rails of the maximum bitrate that they allow.
Yeah. Oh,
So I just set mine to max and then pray.
right.
It's like, is it going to be enough or not? Some days it is, some days it isn't. But I'm also not forcing my system to do like a workstation duty while at the same time being a game station. So you're
Yeah.
doing like workstation and game station at the same time. You're processing, playing,
Yeah, I'm pushing it to
transmitting,
the
and
limit, that's for
receiving.
sure.
Yeah, you're definitely pushing it to and you're pushing the envelope. So if anything, what you should be doing as well is you should have it set so that your system sends all these different companies that have all these different things, all of the crash reports,
Yeah, I
so
should
that
do
when you
that.
go down, it lets them know what needs done with their software as well as their hardware. You know, if there's hardware manufacturers offer that, if they do. You know, that way they know what they need to fix, what they need to improve with their software and their hardware, so that future generations will eventually be able to do exactly what you're doing, and everyone, it'll just be a common thing.
Right.
Which, that's kind of like asking for a utopia to happen, which probably won't.
Yeah.
But that's like asking for a utopia Polynesia situation where everything is just perfect.
Well, that would be nice, but
Unfortunately, the universe doesn't work that way.
nope.
Because they're going to want profit from something. And if you have something that works perfectly, well, unfortunately, that means you don't make profit after a certain point because everyone will have the exact same thing. And then, well, the company doesn't need to make anymore because
Right.
everyone's already got perfection. And then they start losing money. Henceforth, the dream behind the DeLorean, it was supposed to be the ultimate. You buy it once, you never have to buy it again. It lasts forever. Stainless steel car, the
Aluminum,
future,
all aluminum.
or all aluminum or stainless steel.
I think that it was the first aluminum car, the DeLorean.
Yeah, something like that. I knew it was definitely for the time. It was like one of those new metals that wasn't heard of being typically done on a car. but it was supposed to be the end-all, save-all future vehicle that would last forever, and it turned out to be a lemon.
I just got word from my sister.
Running.
I just got word from my sister for some odd reason, random text that oil prices are now below $100 a barrel.
It's because right now it's the world talk over oil and gas prices, because the Ukrainian situation has forced Biden to automatically ban oil and gas imports from Russia. So the world is kind of like, what do we do? We're not going to get our oil and gas now.
But the oil price is dropped below $100 a barrel. So,
and gas prices on oil barrels are supposed to be around 55. So right now that's already double what it normally should be.
Oh, okay. No, it was around 50, so yeah.
But that is good if it's finally dropped below 100. That means it's starting to stabilize a little bit, which is in a positive direction, especially since spring's about to happen.
Oh yeah, summer driving season. Oh my.
Their spring vacations and travel and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Some folks are going to have to, be like, well, it looks like we're going on vacation to the backyard.
Right. I've been saving up money. I'm going to take my son on a vacation this summer, and with gas prices the way they're going,
you guys can enjoy a nice week off someplace.
Yeah.
Because that would definitely be awesome. And I looked at a topographic map, a real topographic map today of the United States, and I am absolutely amazed by the mountain chain over on the side of the country where you are.
Oh yeah.
It's kind of like we've got the very tiny Appalachians over here, and then you've got this great big flat expanse, and then this great big behemoth mountain range that goes all the way. Holy crap.
Right.
The entire western seaboard, except for a small sliver along the shore, is all mountain. Everything else is like, holy crap. I didn't realize. I knew the mountain range over there was big, but I didn't think it was that big.
You didn't know how big it was, yeah. The Rockies are huge.
Yeah, it's like even Arizona and stuff like that, which I thought, like Arizona and Utah, even they're within the confines of that mountainous range, which I never fully realized that, because whenever they show pictures of like the desert section and stuff, it's got like a great big open expanse of sand. And, even those areas are still kind of up in the mountain range as far as height.
Right, elevation, yeah.
Yeah, elevation-wise, they're definitely much higher up in the air than I thought they were. So if there was ever a grand flood, if anything, the United States would be reduced to a very massive mountain where everyone could live. Because I don't even think the Appalachians over here would manage to suffice to hold back that much water, but the other side definitely would. But I would definitely like to visit that region of the country if I'm able to at some point in my life.
Oh, the western side of the country, yeah.
Yeah, the western side of things, up in the mountains, down to the shoreline and stuff like that. Just see the similarities but yet differences because of altitude.
And there's cultural differences too, yeah.
Yeah, minor cultural differences. We're all American in a way, but each state is, in a way, its own little country. So sometimes there's like certain little quirks between each state that other states do that others don't, and things like that. But it would still be interesting to see the differences as well as the similarities, the things that bind and the things that kind of bring us even closer.
Technically, each state is its own country.
Yes.
The United States is a coalition of countries, basically.
Yes. However, we've become so far interconnected that we don't fully consider ourselves individual countries. We consider ourselves one.
Right.
And that's a start to a future that we all hope for, of having that ultimate utopia.
Well, we inspired the European Union, the whole idea, the whole free trade zone idea.
Free trade zone, free travel. Because we don't have to worry about having border guards.
Right.
between each state. We only like have a toll booth guy sometimes, depending if
Right.
you
Oh,
go on like a toll road. But other than that, you can like get on Interstate 90 over here where I am, drive all the way out to where you are on one interstate, for example, and not have to worry about stopping for security
customs.
checks
Yeah.
and having to hand your papers over as proof of identity and stuff. You're
Yep.
just able to cross over each state line and do your thing.
Good
And
news.
there's
People are
certain
bidding up
that
one
do
of
that.
my former monitors. I
Someone
know.
bought one of your monitors.
Well, they're bidding them up. They're bidding it up, which is good.
Ah, that's good.
I already
Yeah,
sold one of them. I sold the better of the two, but the lesser of the two is I'm having issues with.
yeah. The
This is
better of
the
the two,
third
someone
listing
probably
of it.
grabbed that up quick.
First listing didn't sell. Second listing it sold, but the buyer didn't pay. Yeah, jerk. So third listing, I'm excited. It's bidding up. It's actually bidding up to a better price, so that's good.
That's definitely good.
But
And
I'm
it sucks
sorry.
when
Yeah.
someone tries but doesn't pay.
Oh, that yeah. It goes against. It's like, why are you even bidding if you're not willing to buy?
Yeah, true. They should have dropped out of the bidding after a certain point, because pretty much once it goes higher than your bid, you're dropped out. Don't put another bid in, and you'll be, you know,
Or don't place a bid in the
good
first
luck
place
on
if you're
you.
not willing to pay that amount of money.
Exactly, exactly. Because once it passes that certain point, that's when you should drop out of the bidding and not put another bid in. Because if you end up being the one on top by accident, that's your own fault.
Yep, that's your own damn fault, and you need to pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone else who wanted it lost. It's almost like a playing a raffle or something to a certain extent. Because it's up to who bids properly.
Who bids the
But
best
for
price
everyone,
and at the best time? Yep.
the best price at the right time, and the gavel goes down. And once that gavel goes down, depending on the auction, for example, you are then obligated to pay.
Yep. It is an obligation, and that's they got a strike on their account, but it, you know, as a seller, I can't. I have no real recourse.
Yeah, yeah.
I got my fees back from eBay. The eBay fees. They refunded any fees that I might have paid in relationship to the auction, but still shouldn't have to. Still, it's BS.
Yeah, I agree because if the person wanted it and they had their bid in and they kept putting the bid in each time they notice a change and then whatnot, and then they back out, it's like, okay, why? The timer is here. This is how much you said you wanted to pay. Then someone bid, and then you outbid them, and then the timer said, well,
Right.
guess what? At that point, it's yours. Pay up, please, and
Exactly.
enjoy.
Oh yeah, fertilized eggs go in this refrigerator. I put the
Yeah, over
fertilized
here,
egg in the
this
wrong
one
one.
here. So just plop that right out in the open area there, and we all know that that one will be Nate's, of course.
And he's got, let's see, how many years?
Plus, there was that other one in here, the level 14.
He's got almost 800 days, so yeah, I think he's got
Yeah,
plenty
he's
of
got
time
more
to
than
make.
enough time.
Yep. It's more than
He's
two
got plenty of
years.
time to pick and choose to start growing his new wyvern.
Yeah, level 14 just didn't seem fair to leave him with the level 14, so.
And that's understandable, and we definitely took care of that. He'll definitely have a much higher one.
Yep.
I would say, let's see the differences here. 125, 184. I say he'll probably, at max, end up with a 184. and would probably fall right in with maybe a 130 to maybe a 160 or so level when the two.
No way to really tell until you stick it in the incubator, unfortunately.
Yeah, no way to tell until you officially stick it in and start the process. But it's only a guesstimation. I would definitely say a 130 to a 150, maybe higher, give or take.
Could be lower. It could be 100. I mean, sometimes they come out lower, but
Well, it's got me tempted to actually just nudge it in there and then pull it back out and put it in the freezer. Because that's just like,
what's it gonna
inquiring minds want to know. And I'm like walking around with the Inquirer newspaper slammed into a wall. It's like, well, I wanted to know stuff, but
be? Yeah.
walked
Well,
into
let's
a
see
wall.
what happens if I take it out and put it on the ground. If we can get a level off of it. Nope, can't get a level off of it.
Yeah, the only way we'd get a level off of it is in the incubator,
Yep.
as well as a sex that it would be. But we could get a sex and a level. So now we're going to be on pins and needles until Nate's able to log in and give us the juicy details.
Right. Are you taller than me? Yeah, you're taller than me. Huh.
Yeah, your character does seem a little bit shorter.
Could just be the hat.
Yeah, seem a little taller with that hat. Uniquely enough, but that's more of a cup hat. It definitely seemed taller with the hair.
Yeah.
Oh,
If you could take your hat up. No, I'm definitely shorter. I'm like, the top of my hair is at your eye height. Yeah. I'm shorter. Okay. Thank you. You want a haircut, by the way?
Sure, why not?
Where are the scissors? They're not in here.
Last I saw they were, unless they were put in another smithy someplace.
Nope.
No need here.
Not there.
Or did someone use them and they broken new pair wasn't paying? Oh wow, this smithy is empty.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm gonna check Nate's person. Nope, they're not on Nate.
The scissors may have gotten used and then got
Discarded,
forgotten,
maybe.
repaired.
Maybe they're in the crafted items.
That's also a possible. That's a very logical location where they could have been put if
Yep,
someone.
that's where they were.
Yeah, Nate was probably working on something during the week, or during the weekend, I should say. I ended up being on that quick hiatus right during the prime time of normality for us all to be together.
Yeah.
Here.
And I decided to do Skyrim, so yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of good Skyrim that I missed, and I'm like sitting there thinking while I'm incapacitated, I was like, well, I could watch Jack stream. And then I was like, well, then I don't want to disturb the neighbor next door, essentially, or whatnot that was in the same room and being on the cell phone. And
don't forget, you can always check out the YouTube channel.
yeah, I could have, but
I'm making an ad out of it. Sorry.
yeah, okay, that works too.
Links in my
Making ads,
channel area.
Yeah. Gotta advertise for
Yep.
sure.
I think I have a
I should
link down
start
there.
using my YouTube
I should
channel
have
more.
I should have a link down there. Huh. There is a command. What is the
Because I have
command?
just been letting my YouTube idle because YouTube became nothing but garbage. But YouTube is still trudging forward, even though garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we've got a little creature Sinnoh up here.
Exclamation point social will get in the chat. Will get you a link set
Okay,
of
we got
links.
Sinnoh trapped behind the cooker. I'm gonna have to go help Sinnoh if I can. Oh, damn it. T
Uh-oh.
button.
What'd you do? You it. Um, Nate's thing went nuts. Hold
Okay.
still. Behavior enable follow. Behavior disable follow.
Okay, so that's the one that, and I was trying to do the FF to drop my Sinnoh so I could go to the teleporter and call for Nate Sinnoh. Because Nate Sinnoh is stuck behind the cooker,
Oh, it's
the
stuck behind the
industrial
cooker.
grill. Stuck right in that corner over there. So let's see, find Dino, Sinnoh. Hopefully, okay, Sinnoh. There we go. Hello there, Sinnoh. Let's get you back inside where you're safe. I
Oh,
just happened to look
he's
up.
probably set to aggressive too. So check his status when you.
Yeah, when I set him down next to Nate up here. Behavior passive. He was on aggressive, but went passive when he did the mass whistle.
Okay.
To go back to passive, but he was still flying, and that's what helped me notice that he was stuck in the corner behind the industrial grill. But he's good now.
Doggo never moved because Doggo's a good dog.
Yeah, doggos are lovely, lovey-dovey couch dog.
Mm-hmm. Couch. I'm on the couch. Where's the TV?
Where's the TV? Right behind you, that great big thing that cooks hamburgers.
Oh, right. That's the TV.
Because that's TV-like looking enough in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you want to stare at Nate while he sleeps. Be like, oh, that's so cute. Which is always the thing. We always look cuter when we're asleep, and then we become these vile creatures when we walk around.
Is that okay? If you say so about that, I don't know. I happen to think that
For
I'm.
some look good both while they're asleep and awake. But,
Oh, yeah. Now that I don't have hair on my head, I'm not asleep with hair head or bed head.
oh, that's always a good thing if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Not having to worry about the bedhead issue is a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know for me, with my super long hair, I end up with bedhead. But depending on where you're at in this great world, bedhead is actually the go-to hairstyle because everyone's hair is either too plain or too average. And well, what's a way for your hair to be different but yet look cool? Bedhead.
Really.
Like over in
I wish it had been like that when I was a kid. That would have made my life easier.
much easier for us as kids if it would have been a reliable thing, but it always
Yeah.
was. Make sure to comb or brush your hair, kids, and blah blah blah.
Yep.
Barney bouncing around all happy with it. It's like, okay, Barney, the next time you tell me to brush my teeth, I'm gonna punch you in yours. Now
Okay.
that's not a way to be, Charlie. We're all a big happy family. Yes, Barney. Yes, you're a T-Rex who's happily training young kids to be all happy. And then we see T-Rex, for example, that one right over here. And what they do,
Yeah.
yeah,
Munch on little kids and
and whatever else
grown-ups.
They might
or
want to
whatever else.
munch,
Yeah.
because they'll munch on each other probably if they have to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
The fun insanity of the Dino Age. I definitely,
Well,
if possible, would love to go back in time to the Dino Age.
would you really?
Yeah, at least to visit. Not to stay there, at least to visit.
Okay, visits. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, visit to just observe, not interact with anything, but just to kind of like fly overhead safely, because there are things in that time frame that, would also fly that are extremely deadly and dangerous.
Yeah.
But at least to just fly and observe, just be able to see and experience how it actually is or was. Watch a T-Rex walk around, somehow be like in a spot where we could be safe and protected, but yet not interfere with the environment, to just view, watch
Yeah,
stuff happen.
you wouldn't want the butterfly effect to happen when you're on a trip like that.
No, I would not, because, one little thing that you do wrong in that environment shift the entirety of the entire timeline of everything.
Yep.
One little bug that you kill is the one bug that was supposed to make it to a certain destination to infect another bug, which infected another bug, which eventually found this tiny little rodent, which then became, it just goes on and on and on. A
Yep.
chain of events and ooze of life or whatever doesn't happen the way it's supposed to. A flow of life.
Yeah, the evolution of
Yep.
species.
Yep.
I got a lot of work with it with a re-encode, so and it's gonna take time to upload it. So I'm gonna call it early tonight.
Understandable, and I probably should too, just because of my particular situation and getting back to
Yeah,
normal
I'm glad
soon.
you're okay.
Yeah, I
If you
would
don't
have
mind
stated
sharing
more.
sometime, I'd like to know exactly what happened.
Yeah, I would have stated more and would have informed more, but like stated with my message in my Discord, limited internet situations being I couldn't like
Sure.
bend my arm so well because of things being poked into them.
Right.
And I couldn't hold the phone so well to be able to sit there and do the thing. And then Discord, initially, it didn't want to let me log in, so I had to figure out my Discord password and everything. And I was like,
I
and
do
then I would,
appreciate the heads up on the DMs to let me know that you were
yeah, once I got into my
indisposed. And
Discord,
yeah.
yeah, it just took me a day or so to get back into my Discord. And I wanted to go into my Twitch and watch you stream, but my Twitch wouldn't let me log in because it also logged me out. So
Oh, fun.
yeah. So I have to have a way of, if I have that situation happen again, that I have my current passwords available to me somewhere on a list or something that I always
Right.
have on.
I personally use LastPass and to keep my passwords and managed. It also lets me have different passwords for every site, so I don't have to remember them all.
How much does that cost? Because isn't that like through Yahoo? What
No,
cost?
it's not through Yahoo. Let me look it up. It's an annual thing, and it's not much. You only need to do it if you want to use it on more than one platform. Personal premium. Buy now. It's $3 a month. They say
That's not too bad.
no, and it'll give you once you get all your passwords in it, and you get it on the phone and on your desktop, and then you can have your passwords no matter where you are.
Which
And
is definitely good. I need to organize like that because I've been trying to get my passwords all organized in
the
ways.
main
So
thing, the main thing is that your master password for LastPass needs to be secure, and you need to be able to remember it because if you
that's
lose
the
that
one.
password, you
Very
lose
important.
all your other passwords.
Oh, yeah, true.
There is no
Very true.
recovery because the encryption's done locally, so the people that run LastPass have no way of seeing your passwords, even if they wanted to, if they were compelled to.
That makes logical sense.
Yeah,
That makes
so
very logical sense. That way, no one can hack in on their end, and the only way that they could hack in is if they had your copy of the last pass, and the
they
odds of
need your
that.
password. They need your password, and you should set up second factor authentication.
Yeah, which is definitely always good for anything online these days. Is a two-factor authentication is definitely a blessing
Yep, yep.
because
But
it will protect.
so it'll protect what?
It will protect. That two-factor authentication will protect.
Yep, for sure. I guess we've got all our chores done for the day, I think.
Yeah, we've done all the feeding. We've checked on all the dinos, or at least looked around at them,
Reorganize
worked
them.
them all, and reorganized things. So everything seems in order. So I'd say it's been a good little stream. Very
Yeah.
positive.
Too bad about the tech issue I had earlier, but hopefully the video file is in good shape for the first half of the stream, and I'll be able to upload it.
Yeah, definitely.
Or rather, get it in the DaVinci Resolve and splice it two pieces together, and then upload that. But
Yeah.
anyways, uh, thanks for hanging out, and I'm glad you're doing better.
And thank you for hanging out, and thank you for your kind words. Good to have good friends.
It
Always good to
is.
have.
It is good. I'll see you later, Vaughn.
Yeah. See you later.
All right, YouTube and Twitch and everybody who's watching this in the fifth dimension. Thanks for hanging out. It's been fun. It's been a blast. It's been a little bit of a tech issue, but it's time for it to end now. So until next time, have a good night. Bye.